the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the UCLA Bruins, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Gators will put total effort to crank us up. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They're going to ride this running back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Guys, let's take a minute here and think about UCLA. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out. Not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
Power football with the run. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Looking to pass. It's Tollefson. Sets up the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a first down. Nice start for this offense.
Give to the running back. Breaks the tackle. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How you're going to finish strong throughout the season. You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the score.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
The give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Makes the grab. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
How do you take the crowd out of the game? Do exactly that. Take the football, drive right down the field, prove you're the better team, give them nothing to cheer about. That is a picture-perfect first drive.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Here's the handoff. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Try to get it to the edge. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And the Gators have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Listen, nice completion, short gain. Now you get to third down. Third down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on third down, I still got that 4th down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback adapting. He's going to take off. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that just does that, man. Just effortlessly picks up chunks of yards and then smartly gets out of bounds. But this whole offense, man, everybody's a threat. Anybody can take the football and make big...
Makes the grab past the marker. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Bring in the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Red pass, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Pulls and fires complete. Open space at the 25. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. That's the end of the period, and it's UCLA in the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Catch in the middle. It's Cox. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Making side adjustments here. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw again. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And this guy has been so important to this defense, the way he plays on the back end. Top 10 in the nation in interceptions. He just has a feel and reads the quarterback's eyes. He almost picked that last one off.
They'll try to run for it. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be first and goal from the 6.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm, but after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
The Gators line it up with a first and goal. From the gun, he'll try to throw. He's got it on the move. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The Gators headed quickly to the line. They go to the ground. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. Trying to bully their way in. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Pressure coming. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're overlooking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want to capitalize and you want to score a touchdown. You don't want to be kicking a field goal at this point.
This is a really big play for both teams. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll try to find room outside on the jet sweep. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
I think sometimes you can overthink things a little bit as a play caller. And on 4th down, I know you've got a receiver who's really fast, and you're trying to get him the football and see if he can get to the perimeter of the field. But the defense was waiting on him.
Intercepted, the defense has set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
The defense thought in this game they were going to have an opportunity to pick some passes off. What a great job. Down deep in the opponent's territory, he jumps the route, he intercepts it, and returns it now inside the 5-yard line, setting...
Beck's going for the goal line. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. You get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Memphis needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Bluff City behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Arkansas State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
It's It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Gets the back moving. Looking to throw, it's Tollefson. Got his man on the outside. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Breaks into the open. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The give to the back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. And that one's incomplete.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. The Bruins are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Looking down the middle. It's caught. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
Really nice looking throw there, and traditionally the best UCLA offenses are always the ones that can get it done through the air. You've got to be able to come up with explosive plays in the passing game, and if this team is going to win a conference championship, they need this guy to play at his A-plus level week in and week out.
They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, UCLA!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He gets a block. Got all the room. Still on his feet. A dynamic return, explosive, and got loose on this kick coverage team, and they were barely able to keep him from taking it all the way. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield. It's Cox. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They were able able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running back.
Turning it on! He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Gator!
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a stat that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And he makes the extra point. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To throw, it's Tollefson. Gets it to him on the screen. Fighting off the defender. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Burrell. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. A big play, gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Burrell. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. They'll run play action. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Catch in the middle, it's Sims. They'll immediately call timeout. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. The holder will kneel down at the 29, making it a 39-yard attempt. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And with that, they've taken the lead. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Bruins will kick it off to start the second half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. He's looking to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Cox. That one can really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Hamilton.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They'll go to the ground. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And the Gators want to move quickly. Now the play fake. Might be looking to run. Got his man all by himself. Touchdown, Florida! And that one will put him up here in the second half.
Aggressive, 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 man. This offense does not want to waste any time. They try to score quickly. 3 passing touchdowns in this game.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of interest in this CUSA showdown today, so let's catch you up to speed on things. FIU is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 4 over Liberty. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back with any big changes, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Looking downfield, it's Tollefson. Dances away. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. He was lurking, waiting for his opportunity, and like a gator in the slop, he went into the roll and got that quarterback.
They did. I tell you what, when you want to be dominant in this league, if Florida wants to get back to being a dominant team, it's got to be guys like this in the trenches dominating football games.
Throws to the tight end. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down, just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. It's that's number 10. Touchdown, Gator! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They come out now down by 2 possessions, 28-17, and hoping to use this drive to draw closer. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
There he goes. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. Dropping back, it's Tollefson. Makes the grab. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation and the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. Looking for room, it's Cox. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets rid of it. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down. And I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations. And you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time. So you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. The Gators moving quickly to the line. On third down, he drops to throw. Buys a little extra time. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And offensively, we know it's hard throwing the ball in third and long situations because the defense can play big zone coverages. They've got a lot of guys with their eyes on you, so the QB had no shot there. Nobody open. Nice job not forcing it, not risking a turnover, just throwing it away.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Off play action on first down. Moving away from pressure. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Tollefson. This one's complete. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. No huddle offense to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Looking downfield on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So we open the final period with a third down play. He's looking downfield to throw. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and he'll bring up fourth down.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. The Bruins will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. He might want another play. Motion from the wideout. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's Cox. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping through the defense. Touchdown, Florida. And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Another touchdown for this guy. He's starting to get in a groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all. Just showing it off left and right. But when you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra first down and really keep those chains moving and score big plays and big touchdowns, good luck stopping it.
The kick coverage team was ready and in their lanes, and he would have been better off just to take a knee in the end zone. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end. Under fire. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24. Back to pass, it's Tollefson. Pulls it in, it's Cox. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Bruins want to pick up the tempo.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. Just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket, deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and the defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect them.
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
The RPO, it's complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Using the quick game. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
To the air on 1st down. Quick completion on the out. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Caught in the backfield, it's Cox. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
With a lot of offensive coordinators out there, a similar situation with a lead like this, they'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Gator! And the beatdown has ensued. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
Salt into a wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Memphis is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by 8 over Arkansas State. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. The Bruins will hustle to the line.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Let's go. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Cox. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. On the move. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be 4th down.
There's just not a lot of great play calls, guys, for 3rd in California. So you hand it off, you try to get some of that yardage back, and see what happens next.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. They got him for a sack, and now get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, you know, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Gators want to crank the tempo.
Brings up 2nd down. Try to score. You gonna try to fucking score on him. Get the fuck out of here, Florida. Get the fuck out of here, Florida. We do that shit. That's how the fuck we do that shit. Get the fuck out of here, Florida. Get the fuck out of here. Man.
Great Coach Saban often says players often
How the
respond
fuck we
better
step
to
on
losses.
shit,
They
man?
listen more than they do if
Fuck,
they're
fucking
getting away
touchdown,
with things
nigga.
in wins. So maybe this is an opportunity to recalibrate.
I think you take it first and you internalize it and you get upset because obviously the goal was to win the game. But you've also got to flip the switch really quickly, Jesse, and say, okay, what do I need to work on? Because I only got one loss. I'm still very much in the thick of all of my dreams that I want to come true, so I can't take it too hard, but I got to use it.
Yeah, this loss definitely hurts, and I know one of the goals for this team at the start of the year was to go undefeated and win a national championship. Can't go undefeated anymore, but you can still win a national championship. The key is the leadership in the locker room. They've got to turn the page. They've got to get everybody refocused. You can't let this loss now turn into 2 or 3 or more down the road.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
We step on shit. You said a cakewalk.
First time around. Was it the first round playoff rematches that we're going to see here? Oklahoma, Alabama, Ole Miss, and Tulane? Or was it the matchups in the CFP that we're seeing here in the first round for the first time?
Casey, it was the rematch for me because it's really hard to beat the same team twice. And I expected that, from some of these teams in conference championships. I also felt that way when I was playing in the NFL. I think the big key in those types of games is the team that lost. They get a chance to go back and watch the film and clean up some of the areas where they had struggled early on. So if you're the winner, it is a bit hard for you to win that game the second time around.
I understand why you say that because Alabama, Oklahoma was a close game, down to the wire. Oklahoma outgained Alabama, but it's the novel matchups that were harder to pick. Now, not necessarily James Madison and Oregon. That was pretty easy. But that Texas A&M Miami matchup, that is a banger of a football game. Trench warfare, two great lines of scrimmage, offensive line, defensive line, quarterbacks that have performed well all year long. Carson Beck on one side, Marcel Reed on the other. You've got great pass rushers, Ruben Payne and Cassius Howell. That one in Kyle Field is going to be awesome. That was the hardest one to do.
A couple of programs who are a part of the CFP for the first time. We will see our deep into that matchup. This is not some reckless exercise. There are rules to the game.
Three more good opponents.
Let's take a look at the rules here of Capital One Bowl Mania. Standard scoring is your classic pick 'em. You'll award 10 points for each correct pick. Spread scoring allows you to pick winners against the spread. And then there's confidence, where you rank your picks and earn 4 points for higher confidence selections. You can head to ESPN.com/BowlMania for your chance to win $1 million. So without further ado, I'm Moonlight as host of Baseball Tonight. We lead off with the Bad Boys, Pinstripe Bowl. What we thought was going to be a playoff matchup, instead Clemson was out of it by late September. Did finish well with wins over Louisville and South Carolina. And then a Penn State team that only recently rebounded from gong show status with the hiring of Matt Campbell. EJ, what's to like about the Clemson Tigers?
Well, it's their quarterback, Cade Klubnik, fellas, and really he's going to end up being an absolute legend as a Tiger after he finishes his game. But also the fact that in the last 5 games, they won 4 of them. And even the one that they lost is a 1-point loss to the ACC champion and Duke. Now, the other part around Cade Klubnik, in the last 5 games, he's only thrown 1 interception. So the front half of the season wasn't great for Cade, but the back half is certainly trying to finish strong and still trying to add to his stock in the NFL draft as well.
Yeah, I like that Clemson team a lot and the way they finished. I think the story is Terry Smith. In his last game as the interim head coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions, you can tell how much it meant to him to have that position. Obviously, a lot of people in the job did not get it. They turned to Matt Campbell. But he's had this team play inspired at times. Playing in a baseball stadium in what could be affectionately known as the Disappointment Bowl. Like you said, it's been a football playoff game. If Terry Smith get whoever is on that roster for the Pinstripe Bowl, can you get them ready to play against the Clemson?
64% of America thinks it's Clemson, or maybe is picking against Penn State. Rodney, what's your lead here?
I'm going Clemson, despite all of the things that I said about Penn State. I believe I put 1 confidence point on it. Believe it at all. I think we're getting a 1-run game in Yankee Stadium.
Wow. I'm going Clemson as well, fellas. I'm upping that 1 to a 9. Now, here's the thing. Again, it's not that much. We don't know which team will show up for either one. Now, obviously, Cade Klubnik's going to show up for this Clemson football team, but Penn State has some really good pass rushers. I talk about that 1 interception in the last 5 games for Cade. You can stay in that same track. Clemson has a good chance to win.
I mean, the potential for there to be a ton of talent on the football field in this game.
Yeah, we've already seen a couple of declarations from Clemson. Peter Woods declaring for the NFL draft. Avion Terrell declaring for the NFL draft. Projected first-round picks. And let's not forget, on the Penn State side, their head coach is at Virginia Tech. There's a chance that we could have a mass exodus from Penn State to Virginia Tech. We'll have to see, but they've got a lot of NFL talent that may or may not play in this game as well.
All right, so you guys agree on that one. The ACC could use a good showing here in bowl season after what was something of a rocky regular season here. Look at the confidence with these ACC teams in these bowls. NC State, Pitt, SMU, Louisville, and Cal. EJ, why not be confident when it comes to a freshman QB returning home to face Hawaii in Hawaii?
Yeah, look, JKS has been stuck. He's a Cal quarterback, and one, he was a huge retention piece for Coach Louisville, who's now going to be the head coach for Cal. But the big area that I love about his game is he's accurate, he plays on time, and then also he just has that whip of an arm. And he's also a lefty guy, so when you watch the tape on him, it just looks football to be on the field. But Moses leads the team in tackles with 91 and also leads the team in interceptions with 5. And I keep going back to those 2 interceptions he had against the University of Miami. The last one was actually the game sealer there for the Mustangs. Expecting them not only to have a great game here in the bowl, but also to have a strong move going to the NFL.
All right, so let me get this straight. Florida State legend E.J. Manuel, Georgia Tech superstar Ronnie Jones. 7 ACC games. We're going with 7 ACC teams.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can't fault the matchups. Coming out well, NC State's playing against a team that doesn't have a coach.
Yeah.
That should have been my advice at the beginning. The team doesn't have a coach, you pick against them. Just by rule. I don't know if it works historically or not, but that's the rule.
Well, look, I look at it like this, Ronnie. I think the ACC as a whole needs to look at bowl season as a very important piece going into the offseason. That's the way I see this thing. The whole thought about Miami, Notre Dame, all that kind of stuff, and you know the perception at times with the league. That a lot of this would help the league going into 2026 if they have a strong finish here in bowl season.
It's a great point by you, KC, to call this out because the ACC did not have a great record.
Just putting it out there right now. A couple of ACC legends here on the set here.
I thought you were going to say something about him being Georgia Tech in their bowl game and Florida State not. So I actually didn't mention that.
That's in the team.
Still to come. Like many things here on Capital One Bowl Mania. Won a conference championship. What are their chances of winning a bowl game? Well, the fellas continue to wear their confidence on their sleeve when it comes to the ACC.
to it. Here's the big reason why. And it's the second player you mentioned, Roddy, Bo Prabula. He has played fantastic this season. Yes, he had the injury. He battled back. He got healthy enough to help this football team. I think his dual threat ability is going to cause some issues for the front seven for you here.
Two really good coaches in that game there as well. We go from the Tigers of Missouri to the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. What a great setting there in El Paso. And a big-time matchup here as well. A couple of 8-win teams. And Arizona State and Duke, New Year's Eve. Sun Devils and Blue Devils in a battle of supremacy for the fiery nether world. Ronnie, Terry, and Ncaa is a problem.
He certainly is. He's the leading passer in the ACC this season. And I think his addition to this offense in the offseason allowed this offense to really reach its full potential. Dishing the ball like a point guard. He's got enough mobility to get out in trouble, but his accuracy is what really stands out. Throwing to an excellent receiver in Cooper Barkley. Nate Shepard, the freshman running back, has really helped him emerge over the course of the season. So Duke is dangerous offensively.
Yeah, they're dangerous on the defensive side too, Roddy. They actually do an excellent job of creating turnovers and specifically interceptions. 13 interceptions on the season. A big reason why the Duke Blue Devils are the ACC champion. Luke Murdoch got the game-sealing interception against UVA. And also keep an eye out for Chandler Rivers, Caleb Weaver, and even their linebacker Trey Freeman. They all get in on the fun of the picks.
Slight advantage in terms of America's opinion in favor of Duke right here, Ronnie. Who wins the battle for the big cereal bowl?
Oh man, I think I win because I don't win on this test. But the thing that I'm going with here, I'm unsure about the quarterback situation in Arizona State. Sam Levitt appears to be on the way out, even though he hasn't officially declared it. Kenny Dillingham has already wished him well in his next endeavor. So I'm going with stability. I'm going with Duke, putting 22 points on him. And honestly, if I had filled this out after the Sam Levitt news had emerged, I would have had more confidence points on Duke because Darian Ncaa and that offense have been phenomenal all year.
Yeah, I'm a little bit less, actually at a 7 on the confidence, but I am going Duke, guys. I think Duke's ability to win a conference championship should unlock a level of confidence for this football team. I also believe that Manny Diaz, whichever quarterback does play, is going to try to fire up those quarterbacks for Arizona State. So I like Duke's opportunity, and to cap it off and get another victory.
We continue on here on ACC tonight. No, Capital One Bowl game. No faith there in the Big 12.
That was good, KC.
Perhaps there's some faith in the Big 12 in this matchup here. The Pop-Tarts Bowl, Georgia Tech against BYU. The first non-CFP ranked-on-ranked matchup. The Cougars had a dynamite season. They simply could not get past Texas Tech, though. Lost to them in Lubbock in early November. Lost to them again in the Big 12 championship game. Had either result gone the other way, Kalani Sitake's team would almost certainly be a playoff team. Georgia Tech was trending in that direction until November, where losses to NC State, Pitt, and Georgia did them in. Two very mobile quarterbacks in this game, Ronnie, beginning with the sensational freshman Bear Papa.
Well, there would be Cougars and Jackets and a Bear in the stadium in Orlando in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. And his emergence as a true freshman has been really impressive this season. I think, obviously, we knew about his ability to run because of his just physical talent. But his accuracy as the season went on really improved. And yes, he struggled against Texas Tech. A lot of people have. Two of his 3 worst games were against Texas Tech. It's everybody else he's been really good.
Well, right here, you got Cougars, you got Jackets, you got Bears. Let me give you a King as well, fellas. Haynes King, the quarterback for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, had a special season. Almost 1,000 yards rushing. 922 to be exact. Also 15 rushing touchdowns. Fellas, this is going to be the big key. If Georgia Tech does win this game, Haynes King's going to have to rush for 80 plus. Now, BYU's linebackers are very good. So this is a really evenly matched game. And I expect Haynes King to have a big one. Also, finishes strong as a Georgia Tech legend moving on.
Not according to America, 73% of the vote in favor with BYU. Ronnie is calling the game. So, EJ, you're solo. Who gets to eat that delicious pastry at the end of the game?
I'm saying the Yellow Jackets, and I got a 1 level of confidence. Really, it won. This is my single here. And it's a bit tough, though, because I really think these teams are balanced. And the reason I take Georgia Tech is because of Haynes King, but also this is not Texas Tech. This is a different Tech. And the only Tech that's beating BYU is Texas Tech. So maybe that does help the actual Georgia Tech.
I don't love your confidence point. I do like your rationale.
Yeah.
I will say it's going to be awesome to be on site calling the game for Haynes King's last one at Georgia Tech. He's a Georgia Tech grad. He goes down in Georgia Tech history as probably the second greatest quarterback that Georgia Tech has ever seen, behind only Joe Hamilton, who was second in the Heisman Trophy.
By the way, brown sugar strawberry.
Frosted blueberry. Easily cherry.
S'mores?
It's cherry, not toasted.
Wow, that's a hot take.
Oh,
You
well,
got a toast.
we got a lot of hot takes on this show, and we're only getting started here. S'mores is great.
Strawberry is pretty good too.
All right, we'll take a snack break here on Capital One Mobile. When we come back, Michigan, Texas, Arch and Underwood. Obviously, a very notable storyline regarding the Wolverines. We will talk about that. Plus, Diego Pavia, one of the most consequential transfers in the history of college football, will he cap off a banner season with a bowl victory? And will he cap things off with a Heisman? We're hours away from the presentation in New York. Pavia, Jeremiah Love, Fernando Mendoza, Julian Singh, your finalists. The exclusive broadcast of the Heisman Trophy ceremony tonight, 7 Eastern on ESPN and ABC.
Hey, vacation next week, Lisa. 5 days. Nice. Big win for your alma mater. Thanks, congrats, brother. Go stand. Dad, a little behind on mandatory training. Let's get it done, pal. I want Hal and his Pat Brown works here. It's track. 7 years next month. Thanks for the hard work.
I want Paycom's command-driven AI.
Doug. There it is, Limu, the 50-yard line. Soon we'll be telling the whole stadium how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance. To save people hundreds! Whoa. Ah. Looks like we're working. What about halftime? Only pay for what you eat. Liberty, 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 liberty.
College football's most prestigious fraternity welcomes a new member.
These guys have been rewriting history.
Who will strike the Heisman pose? The Heisman Trophy ceremony presented by Ncaa. Tonight at 7 on ABC.
This is a hot flash. This is a not flash. This is a hot flash. This is not. If you have hot flashes and night sweats due to menopause, ask about Veoza, the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms due to menopause, so you can have fewer hot flashes and more not flashes. Veoza reduces the number and severity of hot flashes day and night. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about more not flashes with hormone-free Veoza. Visit Veoza.com.
Second afternoon to Diego Pavia. He has been sizzling in the month of November. He's been on an absolute heater.
Back to a first-down cut. Help throw this one deep down the near sideline.
Pavia got a man in stride.
Pavia wants to throw left. He finds some space. There goes Pavia. Touchdown. Vanderbilt.
Pace to be the most successful season in Vanderbilt history. An exclamation point for the Commodore quarterback.
It is hard to think of another transfer quarterback who's had an impact on a program in as transformational a fashion as Diego Pavia has had on Vanderbilt. And the effects of that have already been felt in Clark Lee's recruiting class. And who knows if the ReliaQuest Bowl will be his final college football game, or if he'll get to be on the Tommy Boy plan. But we hope he sticks around because he is so fun to watch. His reward for such a dynamic season is trip to the ReliaQuest to face 23rd ranked Iowa. Kirk Ferentz is headed to his 22nd bowl game, tying LaVell Edwards and Lou Holtz for the 8th most in FBS history. EJ, what is keeping Coach Ferentz up at night leading up to this one?
Is the potential Heisman Trophy winner, Diego Pavia, fellas. In his last 4 games, okay, 365 passing yards against Texas, 377 passing yards against Auburn, 4
season. Mark Gronowski at quarterback has added almost 500 as well. So I think if they're able to get this run game going against Vanderbilt's defense, they can keep Pavia off the field and give the opportunity to their defense, who's the fourth best passing defense in the Big Ten, give them an opportunity to slow down Vanderbilt offense.
It was awfully strange to see Iowa scoring points this year.
It was.
A departure from years past.
Yep.
Look, Gronowski's a great story, but don't tell me you're picking against Diego Pavia.
I am not picking against Diego Pavia. I'm going with Vandy, and I'm pretty confident about it as well. 21 points, confidence points for my Vanderbilt pick, and a lot of it's what you said. I mean, it's Diego Pavia down the field. It's an excellent group of receivers. It's Eli Sowers in his last game at Vanderbilt. I'm fired up for them sending off Diego Pavia the right way. Will he win the Heisman Trophy? We'll have to see. But I'm going Vandy.
I'm going Vandy too, but I'm much less confident. And I'm only less confident because the front seven for Iowa is really stout and really strong. So that could have caused some issues for Diego Pavia. I got a 3 on the confidence point here. But again, it's hard to pick against Pavia. Expecting to have a strong finish.
Are all of your point totals under 10? Did you just do that?
Just let me do my thing.
America, very, very
Stop
confident.
thinking one thing, by the way.
It's there. We make the delicate pivot to the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, which has suddenly become a much bigger story. But let's begin with 2 elite programs. Michigan, the winningest program in college football history. Texas just 4 spots behind them, number 5. The Wolverines last won a national title in 2023. Texas behind Vince Young in 2005. For the Sharon, more news overshadows this game a great deal. Biff Poggi will serve as the interim coach, a role he filled earlier this season when Moore was serving his sign-stealing suspension. Before we get your keys to the game, Ronnie, let's talk about how all of the news around the head coach might impact Michigan on the field.
You hope that it doesn't, Casey. You hope that the players are somewhat insulated from it. And I think some of the insulation can come from the fact that it's been widely reported that a lot of people around that Michigan program knew that this was going on. And so the fact that it happened wasn't surprising. The fact that Stromo was dismissed because of it wasn't overly surprising. The surprising thing were the happenings after. So you hope that Biff Poggi is able to focus this team in a way that has them focus on the bowl game and forget all this stuff off the field. Biff Poggi's been in that spot before as interim coach, as you said, and a lot of the former players at Michigan feel like he's the right person to lead Michigan through this until the next head coach takes over. So you hope that he can this stuff.
Well, the most important part in these types of bowl games, if it's not a CFP, right, or a first round or a quarterfinalist, you want to send off these seniors or these juniors that go into the NFL out the right way. So the hope is with the distraction, with Coach Sharon Moore, wishing him well, of course, but now that you still have a team that has to finish a season against a very good opponent, by the way, in Texas, who also wants to finish stronger this season as well.
All right, so that will take care of itself here. Let's get down to brass tacks and talk ball right here. Ronnie, what makes Bryce Underwood such a dynamic quarterback?
He's the #1 player in the country coming out of high school. He is straight out of Central Casting, much like the guy to my left. When you talk about what you want in a quarterback, tall, strong arm, running ability, passing ability, the thing that needs to happen with Bryce Underwood is continued development. But over the course of the season, you saw flashes of brilliance. I think the weapons around him can help him a little bit more. I think that offense could have highlighted his running ability more at times. But overall, the flashes were absolutely there. So if he can continue to develop, which there's been some debate on how much development happened over the course of the year. He can continue to develop. He can be special.
Well, development's been a big word for Arch Manning, Roddy, and I think the last 3 or 4 games of the season, not just for Texas, but also for Arch, one, they got the running game going, which gives a lot of balance to Arch Manning, but also his ability to run with football guys, I think is going to be a huge key in this game. Now, the front seven for Michigan, pretty good. They're pretty stout starting to run. But when it's the quarterback taking off and running, you can expect Arch Manning to get some gaping holes and also use that speed to take home for some touchdowns.
2 uber-talented quarterbacks, 2 quarterbacks who play with a ton of pressure on their shoulders, 2 blue bloods. Ronnie is calling the game, so we will defer strictly to you, EJ. Who do you got?
Yeah, this is a tough one. Actually, it's not. I'm going confidently 35 points, and I'm going with Texas. And the big reason why is because of some of the distraction with Michigan, but ultimately, Arch Manning and tandem with Quintrevor Wiseman and tandem with some of those great guys on the defensive line for Texas, and also Coach Sarkisian probably wants this team, you know what, all right, we didn't make it to the CFP, which they were close. How do we want to finish this season going into 2026? Got a really good recruiting class, try to parlay that with a bowl victory here.
2 teams
similar show pups on campus, and they have a good recruit class too at SC. I like them a lot.
And you gave 27 confidence points.
27 confidence points, much higher than my guy Rodney Jones.
Was that because you had to fill out the 27 level, or you feel that strongly?
No, I feel that strongly, but also I'm going to be taking a trip out to LA